NFL takeaways from Week 10. The Panthers. They played an ugly game on Thursday night, and Bryce Young is set up to fail. The Bears. They might be better without Justin Fields. The Colts. They're 5-5 with a young defense and a backup quarterback. The Patriots. Their offense is so bad, and they should tank. Their defense is below average, and Mac Jones should be gone. The Browns. They showed why they're one of the best defenses in the NFL, and Deshaun Watson showed flashes of his old self. The Ravens. Let's not overreact to their loss, and Lamar Jackson had his worst game of the year, and they're still a very good defense though. The Packers. Jordan Love continues to not be the guy. The Steelers. They've been outgained in every single game, yet they're 6-3 with Kenny Pickett as their quarterback. The Niners. When healthy, this is probably the most talented team in the NFL. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's not overreact. Their loss. They're still a very good team, but they're too young at the moment. The Saints. Jameis Winston is your quarterback now. The Vikings. Joshua Dobbs continues to be an interesting story in the NFL, and they might make the playoffs somehow. The Texans. CJ Stroud might be the best rookie quarterback in the NFL, and he might be the rookie of the year. The Bengals. Joe Burrow still played good, but turnovers really messed up, and Tyler Boyd dropped that pass, and the defense has been questionable. The Titans. Will Levis is not really particularly a franchise quarterback, but he's better than Tannehill and Willis. The Lions. They have a top 3 offensive line. They might be one of the most underrated NFC teams, and they could potentially win a playoff game. The Chargers. Justin Herbert continues to prove that he is a top 5 quarterback, but the defense is 31st in the league, and Brian Staley should be gone. Speaking of the Cardinals, Kyler Murray returned and won a game. The Giants, they're the worst team in the NFL. The Cowboys, great against rebuilding and bad teams, average against good teams. The Commanders, their defense has regressed a little bit due to losing some pieces, and Sam Howell has been one of the most underrated players in the league despite that offensive line. The Seahawks, Geno Smith finally didn't turn the ball over, and that defense is young, but they've played really well. The Jets, it is just safe to say this is the worst offense in the league, but they have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and Zach Wilson on paper looks very questionable at times. The Raiders, they're 2-0 with a new coach. Josh Jacobs finally touched the ball more, and they have an identity. They have a very underrated defense. Lastly, we have the Broncos. The Broncos offense is still pretty good, but Russell Wilson looked accurate, and their defense has really improved in the last month or so. The Bills, they're the biggest underachievers in the NFL. Josh Allen has the most turnovers in the NFL, and turnovers really messed them up. They're now like average in everything.